Where do the philosophical origins of Austrian economics come from? Imagine trying to understand why people value things or make choices. The roots of Austrian economics go way back to ideas from philosophers who looked at human nature and reality. It all started in the late 1800s in Vienna, where Karl Menger published Principles of Economics in 1871. His work was influenced by Aristotle's way of thinking, especially through the ideas of Franz Brentano, an Austrian philosopher. Aristotle believed that everything has a nature or essence, and that certain laws govern how things behave. Menger took this idea and applied it to economics, focusing on actual human preferences rather than abstract numbers. He argued that value comes from what individuals want and need, not from labor or intrinsic worth. This was a big shift from earlier ideas that said value was based on how much labor went into making something. Menger's view was philosophical because it said that human consciousness and choices are the foundation of economics. Eugen von Bombawerk, another key figure, was inspired by William of Ockham, a medieval thinker famous for Occam's razor, the idea that the simplest explanation is usually the best. Bombawerk used this principle to approach economic problems with clarity and logical simplicity. Then came Ludwig von Mises, who looked at economics through a Kantian lens. He believed that some truths about human action are known through reason alone, without needing to observe them in the real world. Mises thought that economics was based on logical deductions from the basic fact that humans act to improve their situations. This approach made Austrian economics stand apart from other schools that relied heavily on empirical data. The Austrian school also inherited ideas from classical liberal thinkers and the political environment of the Austrian Empire. They valued individual liberty and were skeptical of government control. This belief in the importance of individual choices and free markets is deeply rooted in their philosophical outlook. Before the Austrians, there were other thinkers like the Spanish Salamanca school and the French school who also emphasized subjective value and free trade. These ideas laid the groundwork for the Austrians to develop their own theories. During the 19th century, the German historical school argued that economics could not find universal laws and should focus on history. The Austrians challenged this with their focus on universal principles derived through logical reasoning. This debate, called the Methodenstreit, was about whether economics should be a science based on laws or just historical descriptions. The Austrians believed that human action follows consistent rules that can be logically deduced, not just observed in history. All these philosophical influences come together in the Austrian focus on human action as the core of economic analysis. They see people as purposeful beings making choices based on their preferences. This philosophical stance supports the idea that markets work best when individuals are free to act according to their own desires. It also underpins the libertarian view that individual liberty and free markets are natural and justified. So, the philosophical roots of Austrian economics are a mix of Aristotelian realism, medieval logic, and classical liberal ideas, all emphasizing the importance of human consciousness, choice, and individual rights.